Welcome to this week's Down Home with Tina show. I have a guest here with me today. His name is David Hogrefe. He is the latest executive director of the Decorative Arts Center of Ohio. But before I get to talking to David about all of the awesome things they've got going on, David, I've always got a little story to share. And
there we go.
Recently, because of the holidays, there are a lot of people that are going to be out looking for stuff. And there's going to also be a lot of stress going on. And I'm calling these my fun finds. So I had a fun beanie hat one week, and then I'm going to have something fun coming up next week that I had. When I walk by something on a shelf and it makes me laugh, I got to get it. I got to share it with folks. But this one made me laugh because this is a story about a friend of mine who I give her courtesy of my game that we're going to play later.
There we go.
David said he'd stay for the game. And if you haven't seen it, it's pretty fun and entertaining. But this is something I was out shopping, and the story about my friend, this is a stress relief ball. So if you're out and about and you're stressed about something, you'll just take this and rub it on you. And we were on a trip one time, me and my best friend, and we stopped at a fast food restaurant. We usually go through the drive-thru. For some reason, we must have needed the bathroom break or whatever. So we're headed back from Nashville. I'm not joking. This is the longest fast food stop I have ever had in my life. We were there for probably 20 minutes. And at this point, when we had our kids, and they're all teenagers, she's a few minutes away from me. And all of a sudden, I see her pull out her stress little bowler thing. And I see her rubbing it on her. I yell across from the restaurant. I go, Carla, you hanging in there? And she's like, man, this is ridiculous. So every time I see one of these, David, I think of that. So
there you go.
I want to remind you all, it is not worth getting stressed over in the holidays. But if you need the stress roller ball, I'm sure you can find them at one of your little shops. Take it out and just open it up and roll it all over you. I'm not stressed, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, it is. The time of year sometimes is very stressful for some folks, and nothing is really worth it. Tell your loved ones what to expect, and then usually they're not disappointed. That's how I like to think of it.
There
anyways,
you go.
Right?
That's right.
David, so you are the newest executive director. How long have you been there at Decorative Arts?
Just since August. So yeah, I took Elizabeth Brown's role as she retired. So
yeah. So tell me, what's it been like for you so far?
Oh my God, it's been crazy but busy. Lots of fun. So I think my first week on the job was Wizards and Wands weekend. So that was pretty big for Fairfield County. So there were about 100 little wizards running all over the campus at the Decorative Arts Center. We are kind of up the hill on East Main Street and the Reese Peters House. And we've been really focused on this year getting the house kind of in order, if you will, and preparing for the President's exhibit. So that opened in September, and it runs through the end of the year. So for the first time ever, we're featuring, anybody is featuring the 8 Ohio presidents that have served in the White House, starting in the 1840s all the way through the 1920s. So it's pretty captivating, the stories that we're telling, and we've had most all of the fourth graders in Lancaster schools come through. We're hoping to get 3,000 guests into this exhibit, so it's pretty big, it's pretty amazing. And now, starting Friday after Thanksgiving, we have Christmas with the Ohio Presidents. So the whole house is decorated kind of top to bottom with a president's tree, a tree for each president, if you will. So
did you try to do the tree kind of like for that time period of the president? Is that what it is?
Yeah, we've got a curator named George and Jean Johnson. And they have shared the most amazing collection. They've been collecting Christmas decorations and ornaments since the 1970s. So it's pretty phenomenal.
You know, I found this as a little cigar box that my great aunt had, and I found in that a Valentine's Day card. 1924 was written on it. And that stuff is so neat to me. So just the history of what you all have that's there even right now. You usually do,
incredible.
Not all of the exhibitions.
Well, and for Valentine's Day this next year, George and his wife are bringing a whole Valentine's collection too. So yeah,
is that
so
ironic?
It
I had
works
no idea
into the main house collection, right?
Yeah.
Place, so.
Oh, neat. But you guys, I know you gave me a folder of information of different things that you have going on. Because you have you have the home and you have the exhibitions that's going on always, and you said about the Ohio presidents right
Right.
now. And then you also have the Wendell Center for Art Education.
Right.
What is that? If it is what I remember and think it is, you've got a
Right.
lot going on in there all the
So
time.
the Reese Peters house is the big mansion that everybody kind of sees, when you come up the hill.
Mm-hmm.
On the main floor is the main house collection and exhibit. And then on the second floor is where we have the presidents kind of going on right now. So that goes through the end of the year. And then the Christmas with the Ohio presidents is
That is
what's
really gonna be
kind
cool.
of
I
kind
love
of going
it.
on through the end
Yeah.
of the year also. And then when you go through the presidents, I should mention this. I brought you a little gift. So this is a little packet of
Aw.
cards. So as you go through the presidents exhibit, we tried to make it super interactive. So there's iPads with an app that you can download either before your visit or during your visit. And you can learn fun facts about all these guys that were presidents and the first ladies too, because they were pretty important.
Yeah.
And then you can collect a little sort of baseball playing card with fun facts on it too,
Oh,
as you go through the
neat.
exhibit. So that's been kind of a huge hit, I think. So,
Has it?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It gets people kind of talking and sharing cards. And
Interactive.
kind of, right,
Yeah.
interactivity.
Very
We're trying to make the house come alive, kind of make the presidents come alive too, and make history kind of really relevant, because it's amazing what was going on,
Right.
at the turn of the century, between the 1800s and 1900s. We're still dealing with the same
Yeah.
stuff, same big
Yeah.
issues politically, but it's a lot of fun, and to look at like how people lived and the importance really of Ohio on the national stage. How these guys got elected, the people, what issues they were talking about, and the fact that Ohio politics were really important because we were the frontier at that point too.
What a
So-
great way to get kids who may not be interested in history by
It's
doing
been
this
amazing.
and offering.
We're
something
finding
like
a lot
this.
of kids, they will come through with school groups and then they'll bring their families back and then they'll
That is
tell
cool.
friends. We have
Yeah.
people, and we've been picked up actually by U.S. News and World Report, USA Today, Chicago Tribune, Washington Post. I met a couple today that was visiting and planned a trip to Washington, D.C. from Chicago through Lancaster to see this exhibit. So
Oh my goodness,
that's working. Yeah.
So yeah, the big
We're making Lancaster famous.
folks
Yeah,
that
it's
are,
great.
that is awesome. And then okay, so yes,
So the Wendell Center, back to your question, sorry.
Yeah, no, I
Well,
love
we've
hearing all
done
what
a
you're
lot of
sharing.
work to really build up the arts program. So going into 2020, we've built now a roster of about 10 teachers that will come and teach all different kinds of classes in the Wendell Center for Art Education. So that's in the large 2.5-story carriage house that's behind the Reese Peters house. Reese Peters house was built in 1835. The Wendell Center was built in 1916. But it is
Oh,
the
wow.
most amazing studio. So we have watercolor classes. We have a lot of classes for middle school and high school students. Painting, open studio time. We work with a couple of recovery centers in town and do art therapy programs. We've got drawing on the books for
Wow.
the new year. We're doing pottery again, some sewing classes. So yeah, check us out, at decartsohio.org and take a look at the class schedules because we've got quite a bit going on.
When will be your next new exhibit?
That will start with
And-
the Barbara Sherman exhibit. So
Okay.
so Barbara Sherman. I love the tagline for this. Barbara Sherman was
I know,
the
I saw
first
that.
illustrator and political cartoonist for Esquire magazine and for the New Yorker. So she became quite famous as the first female to really make a mark in what was a man's world. So
Okay.
the title of the exhibit is "Tell Me a Story Where the Bad Girl Wins." So we're going to be all about bad girls starting in January and going
that's-
through April with events scheduled and a lot of curator talks and a lot of cartooning classes, a lot of drawing classes going on.
How do you all
So-
keep going? Because you
There's a
have
lot
no
to do.
fee.
Yeah,
There's no
we
fee
do-
for you
It's
to
free
come to
admission.
the
Which
exhibits.
yes, thank you
so-
for saying that. We are supported by Fairfield County. We're owned by the county. The foundation. We get grants. The President's exhibit was sponsored by the Fox Foundation. So we're so grateful to all the sponsors, all of our donors, and then our members. So our membership drive is going on currently too. So
Oh,
that's how
okay.
we bring in great exhibits, keep great classes going, and keep the programming up.
Facebook, and you have a website.
Yes, Facebook, website. We're on Twitter, and in the new year we'll be on Instagram too. So.
What are your hours for the holidays in December?
Yes, for the holidays we are Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Saturdays and Sundays in the afternoon from 1 to 4. And this year we also have Santa Claus. We're taking pictures in the Sailor House, so people can sign up for that. online,
Alrighty.
too.
Check them
So,
out. David
yeah,
Hogrefe, Executive Director of the Decorative Arts Center of Ohio. I'm so happy to have had you on to share with us all of the really cool things that you've got happening and what's to come in the new year. So the best thing that you all can do is become a member and help them out, or
and just
better
stop
yet, do
by.
both
We're
and come
free.
by.
We're relaxing. Enjoy a little bit of art. Change your life.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and see a little bit of history and what we've had here going on in Ohio that I think it's something to do for the holiday, for the kids. In the winter, you want to get out, but you want to get inside again. This is the best way to do it. David, thank you so much.
Thanks, Tina.
I'll be back, folks. You're watching Down Home with Tina.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina, and I have with me right now Connie Moyer. And I met Connie through a friend of mine. I was sitting in Janet Moralt's gallery, Colony Classics and Interiors, and you came in and you were like, woof, woof. And I was like, she's just like we all are, Janet. We're doing stuff and getting things done. And Connie, that is why I'm having you here on the show today. You do get things done. You are somebody, you've done quite a bit for the Lancaster Police Department. And I want to thank Chief Pilar for giving us the opportunity to speak about something that you have done. And this is what you were doing that day. I was sitting in her gallery and she goes, oh, you got to have her on your show. And she was telling me all about it because it's not something that the public can just go in and view. But it's something you have done for the Lancaster Police Department. And Connie, what is that?
I was involved in doing a wall for our fallen officers. Mm-hmm. And we have 3. One of them was Osborne, who passed away in 1909. And a lot of people are familiar with Brett Markwood. Mm-hmm. And then my husband was in 2017. And there wasn't anything at the department to memorialize these officers. Pardon me. So I had worked with the chief and we decided to do a wall. It's on the 2nd floor of the PD. Mm-hmm. And it's actually there for a couple of reasons. One is to, of course, memorialize our fallen officers. Right. But there's a room there called a ready room, and that's where the guys come in 15 minutes early and they get acclimated with what has happened during the previous shift, so they know what they're walking into. Mm-hmm. And then they usually finish there at the ready room. And we wanted them to come out of the ready room and realize that, hey, you need to be on your toes, you need to be aware of your surroundings, but you also need to know that there are people waiting at home for you to get home to who love you dearly. Yes, you have a very important job to do, and it does need to be second nature. However, yes, there's a lot of people who love you and want you home. And so that is really the second fold of the reason for the wall.
Yeah, and it's like they keep that in mind where they know where they need to have their head.
Right, exactly.
Their head on right when they walk out that door for whatever they're about to face that night.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And we have a bell there, just like when you're in school, when you get to go home, the bell's rang, yay, yay. And it's ring that bell and get home, because that's where you need to be. Yeah. You're loved in both locations, and we appreciate everything you do on the street. However, home is where our hearts are at.
That's right. Yeah, we have just got some amazing police officers, our first responders, all of those folks that are out there on a daily basis. They're
Holidays,
protecting us.
Yes.
And holidays, folks, it's just something to add a little off of the topic, but make sure you have folks checking your homes and things like
Yes.
that. That will prevent people from breaking in, for the cops to have to go out there, and it's just safety. Be wise about your gifts and packages that you put outside. Keep them in the garage till trash day, little things like that. But you're right,
UPS
though.
is delivering, the mail is delivering. Be cautious of that. Have an
yeah.
arrangement with a neighbor. We have really gotten off track here.
I know
haven't
we have. I knew we could do that very
Yes.
easily. But it is, yeah. But
Yes.
that's just because it'll keep the calls from those robberies taking place from our police officers to be out there doing like bigger things. Yeah. Not saying that's not big. It is,
Right.
but yeah, just to use take precautionary measures on those things. Anyways, Connie, you do so many different things as well. You have the fallen wall
Yes.
and the different police officers for that. What else do you have going on or have done?
Well, I just completed, I'm also the treasurer of Ohio Concerns of Police Survivors. And that is an organization that is national, but I serve as the Ohio chapter treasurer. And that is for all of the survivors who have had a line of duty death. And the national organization puts on individual retreats so that we can go to them in the category that you qualify under. Like that we have parental retreats, sibling retreats, we have spousal, co-workers, any category that you would fall into, there's retreats going on. And these are really good because it gives you an opportunity to meet other people that have experienced the same, different but the same circumstances that you are going through or
Nice.
have went through. And that is an outstanding organization. I proudly serve on that. We had an event this past weekend. Well, it was the end of November,
Okay.
mid-November, excuse me. And it was in Cincinnati because most of our line of duty deaths for 2019 were in the Cincinnati area.
Sad.
And so we had an event there, and it was a very nice pre-holiday event to, holidays are very difficult
Right.
on anyone who's lost someone they love.
Absolutely.
No matter if it was a year ago or 20 years ago, it's still a loss. And so we have that just to kind of get together and say, hey, we're a family.
That's
we
right.
are a family.
You continue to be a family.
So I've very active in that. And then recently, I wanted to take on my banner project. And it's not.
Yeah. This is really cool. Yeah.
And so I had both we have 3 line of duties from the police department, which I've already discussed. And then for those of you who are aware, we had 2 line of duties from the sheriff's department. And it was important to me to honor all of the officers. And so I went to the sheriff and got their official photographs, and LPD, the police department, and got their official their photographs. And then I went to the Blue Star Mothers.
Yep.
Because I wanted to do the banners very much like the hometown heroes in the downtown area. But I wanted their blessing on it because we want to work together as a team. And they were very, very helpful. They advised me that the company they use is called Northern Lights Display Company. So I got a hold of them. I also went to Amanda Everett, is that her last name? Downtown Destination, I think. And got her blessing, talked to the street department. The street department is going to do the banners and store them and put them up every year. It's an annual thing. They'll be during the entire month of May.
Are these already paid for?
No, these are not
Okay.
paid for.
How is that to
Well,
happen?
the total cost of the project at this point is $2,331. And $400 of that was actually to get the photos taken from the resolution of, I believe, 8 by 10 to the large
Yeah.
photographs that's on the banners, because I just didn't want them to be yucky.
Right.
So we have set up a fund at the Bremen Bank, Vinton County National Bank. Friends of the Fallen in care of Connie Moyer. Kyle Witt, our prosecuting attorney, is involved in that also, just for validity of it. And then I set up a PayPal account for online.
There you go. You can donate and help out.
There you go.
Give for the holidays. Well, Connie, you do so many different things in the community. And okay, y'all, I got only a couple minutes left, so I have to tell this briefly.
Okay.
So, Connie, we wanted to make sure that everything we were going to talk about was approved, right? Yeah.
Right.
So I was like, okay, Connie, that's awesome. Yes, we want to do that. But I really want to have you on so I can highlight you as an inspirational person in the community, Connie. It was supposed to be a surprise. She's on the phone and she's laughing at me. So, with that being said.
You're so funny.
Do I have all my stuff in here? I'm like, whoa, do I have it all in here? So this goes to you, Connie, with Down Home with Tina and all of the volunteering and giving back that you do. You get a $30 certificate to Walker Shoe Center.
I could use that too. I have plantar fasciitis or whatever you call that. So yes.
You call that. I love that because my best friend Carla has told me, and I go, "What is that? That
is
plantar
terrible.
stuff?" And
Yeah.
she's, but it's not good.
So thank you. That's
Ava
cool.
Jewelers,
Oh,
$40
Ava's so.
certificate.
You need to go to her jewelry store. She has unique items that are beautiful, and he's given us the 1 minute finger, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Health in Hand, $25 gift card.
Okay,
The
thank you.
Natural Health Food Store in Lancaster.
Not need to do
And then
this.
for the flower pot, it's over 129 North Columbus Street.
I've been in there, too,
$25
yes.
towards a fresh flower arrangement.
Thank you.
And then this is Silver Expressions. It's just been downtown, not for very long, but Silver Expressions and more. And they've got the cutest things in there. So this is all for you, for what you do.
Thank
just
you.
because you
Tina,
do what
you
you
are
do.
so sweet.
Oh, thank you, honey.
So much.
you.
I did not anticipate that at all.
Well,
Thank you,
you know
sweetie.
what? It's
He's
part of
given-
what we do on the show. So
Thank you, and
you're
he's
going to
given
come
us
back.
the
I
fist.
know he is. And she's going to be back because she's going to play the fun game with us, guys. So don't go anywhere. It's Down Home with Tina.
Dagger Law has been part of the Lancaster community for more than 110 years. This is where we live and work. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and all around town. We consider our clients as friends, and we walk alongside you through challenging times. Whether you're a growing business, a changing family, facing litigation, planning your future, or dealing with land issues, we're right here. We are local. We are trusted. We are experienced. Dagger Law.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm a recovering addict. For 10 of the last 11 years, I've been struggling with addiction, homelessness, incarceration, and just loneliness. However, since getting clean this past year, I've accomplished more than I have in those 10 years combined. After attending outpatient counseling services, inpatient counseling services, living in a sober living house, and attending 12-step meetings, I've been able to regain control of my life and begin to achieve goals I've always dreamed of. Addiction can destroy lives in many ways. Whether you need help with childcare or financial assistance, everyone deserves a new beginning. Recovery supports are just that, supports for recovery. My life mattered. Your life matters too.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. And you all, I just have to say, I have the best guests on my show for them to agree to do the things that I do on here, but just for fun. And Connie has told me that she's competitive. If you didn't catch the beginning of the show, this is David. He is with Decorative Arts Center, Ohio. Connie Moyer is a volunteer. She does so many different things in the community. The Lancaster Police Department. Check both of those out to see what's happening and going on. But I do have some sponsors to thank. They're the reason why I can come on here on the show. to do what I do, highlight inspirational individuals, have the nonprofit organizations on, just to let you all know everything that's happening and that's really great going on in our community. But I want to thank Huddle Tire Company, Donald Law Office, Ava Jewelers, Fairfield Area Humane Society, Walker's Shoe Center, Silver Expressions, and more, Health and Hand, Natural Health, and Food Store. Some of them they all are great local businesses. And if we can just, help them out and stop in and let them know if you want to that you heard about them. And again, they're the reasons why we give the gifts that we can give and things like that. So thanks to them. Also, you can watch Down Home with Tina on Facebook, on the Facebook page, the Down Home with Tina Facebook page. There's a YouTube channel, CLN, Your Hometown Connection. And also, I air on Spectrum 1021, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 10 a.m., 4 p.m., and 7 p.m. So if you like to watch the good old-fashioned television, then you can do that. You can watch it 9 times, okay? And it takes time if you don't have the other social networks or anything. We're going to play our game, and this game is called the Antler Game, courtesy of a friend of mine who I called her up one day, and I said, do you have any idea of a fun game? And she told me this. And if you didn't get to see it last week, you're definitely going to get to see it this week. I wear a pair of pantyhose. It's a good, fun family game. I put a pair of pantyhose on my head.
Clean ones.
They are clean ones. Yeah, no, brand new out of the box. I actually bought a set of 3 pair in them. So that way I made sure that if I needed more, somebody ripped a hole, they got really excited while they were trying to stuff it with the balloons, because you can do that. But I'll put these on my head, and then Connie and David will try in a certain amount of time to stuff as many balloons as they can in here. Now, these are water balloons, but not without water. And just for the record, I blew them all up on my own.
Oh my.
I don't have an assistant. I don't have any. My boyfriend actually told me, he goes, you're going to get a headache. I'm thinking, as my head is dizzy, no, I'm going to pass out. Yeah. I'm going to do. Because these are little balloons, you guys. Mm-hmm. But it's all worth it because I want to give you a little bit of entertainment and just an idea of doing something fun for the holidays. So, are you all ready? I'm going to put these on my head, and then I'm going to say go. So you can't pick them up until I say go.
Oh, aren't you cute?
The Antler Game, David, Connie, are we ready? Okay, ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, go. And I'm going to keep my eyes closed so I have no idea, and then I'll just say stop.
Ooh, Sugarfoot. There's no way a man can win. No way! We've got experience here, ladies.
How are you doing? Are you getting a headache yet?
Squeezing my noggin. Okay, ready?
No!
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bingo! Oh, look at you! You're already long. Oh my gosh! I think he won. Sugarfoot.
Wow,
1, 2,
Sugarfoot.
3, 4, 5, 6. How many you got? Aren't
1,
you
2,
cute?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You can't count right. That was 4.
And you busted. And Connie busted too.
That was
Oh
a
yeah,
blast.
I did bust
See,
too.
it would've been-
Oh, there we go.
So here's
Okay.
the secret I tell people if you're watching. You pull them up.
Oh, you are so
space.
cute. Look at
Now
you.
I got to pull them all
You
down.
are a reindeer.
Connie Moyer.
A deer. A
David
reindeer.
Hogrefe. You guys are awesome. High five.
Thank you. High five. Yay
Thanks
for the
so
reindeer
much, you
game.
guys.
Try
Thank
that
you
at home.
so much for having fun with me, and I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I just want to thank you all for watching it, and check out the Facebook page. Find these organizations, and I don't know.
Merry
you guys have a
Christmas.
good time?
Visit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Tis
And
the
Happy
season
New
to
Year.
be jolly.
La 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 la.
She's going to have to come back, folks. No wonder everybody talks so highly about you, Connie. And David, it's so great to have you in Lancaster.
Great to be
and
here.
have
Good
you
to
in
meet
town
you
as
too.
the executive director of decartsohio.org.
Org. Yep.
That's right.
There we go.
And here
Now
she
I
goes.
can't
She
even-
can't resist. Oh, she can't. Yes. There we go. We have to go out without a bang.
Bang, yeah.
Thanks for watching Down Home with Tina. God bless.